Morning. 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 Morning.
Morning, everyone. We'll do broadcast first, starting with Jeremy. If you'd like to kick off.
Hi, Slaven.
Hi, Jeremy.
It's great news about the Antonio contract. A lot of people were thinking he might go to Chelsea, but how significant is it that he's committing his future to West Ham?
It's great. It's great for both parties. I think for Mike as well. The club has done good for him really since he came here. He improved a lot. He became one of our best players. He came into the national team of England, and he's the Hammer of the Year. And it's great for him, and it's also brilliant for us to keep such a good player for another 4 years. And as I said, it shows again how this club is big and ambitious, and it's great to have him in our club.
You played him all over the pitch this season. Does he need to play in one position for his own sort of benefit, do you think?
Well, he played on basically this season. He only played one game, I think, first game against Chelsea as a fullback that he played last year, and he was great for us. He prefers to play up front or on a wing, although I think that he can be a great, and he done last season. He was brilliant for us in that position as a fullback, because we see nowadays in football so many modern fullbacks like that. But he's very versatile, and okay, the majority of this game when we play with 4 at the back, he played on a wing or up front, and that is also okay for. In one hand, it's great for the player to have one position that he can play, but then he benefits a lot from that, and that is one of the reasons why he improved a lot, also tactically, because physically was never a question about it. He's unbelievable, but when you are playing on different roles, then you have to think about your game more than when you are playing just on a wing, let's say. And that is also, as I said, one of the reasons why he improved a lot. And on the other hand, it's very good to be a versatile player.
Your captain Mark Noble's season is over. He's facing hernia surgery. Has this problem been affecting his form, would you say, through the latter part of the season?
Yeah, the hernia thing he has in the last couple of months. But he didn't want to talk about it because he's a captain. He's a great captain, and he wanted to help the club and the team, of course. And yeah, it affected him, of course, because he felt that pain. But he played through that pain or with that pain, and now it became a bit worse. So the surgeon, it's not because we are safe now and we don't want him or he doesn't want to play. No. I really wanted him to play at least one more game against Liverpool, and he wanted it, but the surgeon said that it should be done as soon as possible, so it was really no way that he would play another game for us.
Do you think he should have kept it quiet?
Well, there are exceptions, situations, and this was kind of the situation that it was good not to get me in a doubt, can he play or he can't play, because if you remember, and it was very recent how he played against Spurs. It was like he was one of our key players, and especially to have a skipper playing in that game, it meant a lot to the team. So it was a good decision from him.
And Kouyaté is facing a wrist surgery as well. Why can't he play the last 2 games with a wrist problem?
Again, because that wrist problem is since the Africa Cup, and again it became worse. He played through a lot of pain with the injections and everything, and he was supposed to do that operation earlier, but because we needed him and all that, we made a deal, not a deal, but a plan for him to play as much as possible, but it became worse. It became worse, so he was not able to play.
Slaven, what's the team news for this final home game? Is Andy Carroll going to play in this one?
No, Andy ain't going to play. He still feels his, is it hip or groins? It's hard to say, but it's in that area. And since last 3 or 4 weeks, it was all like 50-50. But unfortunately, no, he can't. He tried to do yesterday and day before yesterday, but it doesn't. It's not good, basically. Again, it's nothing major, but it is. It's very frustrating not to have Andy now in these couple of games, or even before, because we know what he means to us. So the team news is. Since the team that played against Spurs, now we are also without Mark Noble and without Kouyaté. So, but the good thing is that we had many injuries in this season, and the players who will start the game against Tottenham, they all played a lot of games in this season because of their form or because of the injuries of the other players. So we still have a really good team. We're going to put really good team up.
Slaven, Andy's season has been wrecked again by injury. Is he going to play again for West Ham? I mean, how long will the club tolerate so much absence, do you think?
Well, it's not a subject for now, but Andy is kind of a player that he has such a big impact on our game that I will never give up on Andy. And especially now that I don't know what it was like before, what were the reasons for his injuries and absence, but this has nothing to do with lifestyle or not being committed enough to your career course or whatever. He's working really hard. He wants it. It's just bad luck. And as I said, I will never give up on him. On the other hand, it's definitely no good to have a player that you count in a pre-season and you put his name first or second or third, I don't know, and then you can't count on him.
And what would you say about Sakho's future, given his problems this season?
Look, they all have a contract with us. With Sakho is the same or similar, with the difference that Andy played a lot of games this season, comparing with Diaf. Yeah. With Diaf, the whole season he was injured. He had a couple of injuries, long-term ones, and as I said, it's the worst for a manager and for the team that you have so many players who are out for a long, long time.
It was a fantastic win against Tottenham. Can you repeat that kind of performance against Liverpool?
Hopefully, yeah. We are preparing and we are planning to do something similar against Liverpool. There are a lot of similarities in those two sides, and so we still have 2 games, and we are very ambitious. Those 2 games, there are 6 points, and we can climb up on the table. It's not a situation that we are safe now and that we are already on holidays. But definitely I'm expecting the same kind of determination, the same kind of commitment and teamwork like it was against Spurs, with one difference, and the difference is a positive one, that you feel the pressure, you want to do it because you want to win every game, but you are without that negative kind of a pressure, that thing like that we were against Spurs, like, oh my God, if we concede a goal or if we don't win this game, we're going to be in that position. Now that burden is off, so I'm expecting like at least what we have done against Spurs in terms of playing and commitment.
And it's your final home game of the season at the London Stadium. In the league, 19 goals in 18 games. I mean, what are your reflections now, looking back on the season? There's been some challenges playing in the new home, but what do you think now?
Well, it's still not the time to talk about because we have a big game against Liverpool on Sunday, and it's still not the time to talk about the season. But if you are talking about our home performances, we definitely improved a lot in the last 5, 6, or 7 or 8 games. I mean, since the start of this year, 2017, I remember our home games improved a lot. There were only a couple of games, I think, against Man City in a cup and in a league that they were really like much better than us, and that we didn't look good towards the end of the game. But in all other games, some games we lost, like against Leicester, but we played really good. Some games we drew, like against West Brom 2-2, but that game was one of our best performances. So I'm not talking about the results only, but also about performances, and we improved a lot. And it's becoming more and more our home, and we expected that.
Just finally, Slaven, if you do beat Liverpool like Tottenham, what do you think the implications might be for your own future here?
What do you mean? Like,
if you
with all the rumours?
Back-to-back huge wins like this, do you think this will be a real sign that your future is here with the owner?
Well, I said I have my contract and I'm doing my best, and so many times I have been asked this kind of question, and I always answered the same way, that I'm not concerned about it. I feel the backing of the board, of the players definitely, of the fans, big time. Like, so I'm very happy here, and I really don't feel that I'm not welcome here.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Slaven, Mikel's contract is obviously your thought process for next season. Are there any other players who are close to signing new contracts? Is that something you want to get tied up?
Hey, okay, I'm going to talk with the chairman like after the season, after the game against Burnley. And it's great, as I said, that Mikey signed a new contract, and we have some other players that I already spoke to the chairman, and he said that we're going to do it or talk about it at the end of the season. But there are a few of them, and we already spoke, me and Mr. Sullivan, and I think we're going to do it, yeah.
I just want to ask you about your goalkeepers, obviously, who made the change. How well have the two responded to that change?
Well, both of them responded really well. Okay, nobody is happy when he doesn't play or when you drop him. And it happened to both of them. First to Adrian and now to Randy. And then I know when we put Randy, he was really good. And we decided to drop him. And then I explained it to him, and he took it as a great professional, which he is. And as I said, we have two really good goalkeepers, and nobody likes to change a goalkeeper. It is the last thing you want to do, but sometimes it's necessary. And to be fair, both times that we've done it, those decisions have proven themselves really good.
And just on the game, how big a threat will Liverpool be? Do you think perhaps they've underachieved a little bit this season, the Jurgen Klopp?
No, they are still in a fight or in a race for a Champions League place. They need the points because Arsenal is there, Man City and them. I mean, one ain't gonna make it, and it's a big game for them. Even bigger than it was for Spurs against us, because with Spurs 4 points is still a big gap. Would still have been a big gap with Liverpool. It's everything in their hands, you know, and they are a great side, of course. They are very electric. Recently, away they've been winning games. We are talking like a game against Stoke, game against Watford, but both of those games could have ended differently. and all that. But they're a great side, of course, and we are expecting a tough and big game. But that's what you need at this part of the season, you know, big games.
Hello. So it was 5 defeats in a row, now 5 without defeat. Can you pinpoint something after that Arsenal loss that sort of clicked or changed in the players?
No, you know, those 5, I mean, we had 2, if we are talking about the season, we have 2, let's say, crises or 2 periods where we didn't collect enough points. That's beginning of the season, September, and then those 5 games that we are talking about now, 5 defeats. But they are different. They were different. In September, we were not fit enough. We were without many players, or even worse, we were with the players because of the injuries. We had to force the players to come back earlier, and we didn't play good at that period. For me, these 5 defeats are different. There were also, we didn't play great, but we didn't deserve to lose all 5 of them. If I remember the game against Leicester, the game against Bournemouth, the game against Hull, we definitely, it could have or should have ended a bit differently. But the hence is we lost 5 games. We changed the system a bit. That made us more solid. We kept 4 clean sheets. And up front, we are always capable of scoring 1 or 2 goals. And so the team defended really well as a unit. And that is the main reason why we got out of the trouble here.
And just one player that really shone against Spurs, Manuel Lanzini, again with a fantastic performance. Can you see even more from him in the years to come, and how vital is he going to be for West Ham next season?
Well, definitely, he's still a very young player, you know, and he improved a lot. He's been recognized now as our key player if we are talking about linking up the defense and the offense and the striker, and he's fit, which is the most important thing to him. He's training and working hard really well every day, and you can see that on a pitch. And if he stays out of the injuries, then of course I'm expecting from him to improve a lot. I mean, there's still a lot in front of him, and he's nowhere near his peak. So it's a great thing for him and a great thing for us.
Okay, cameras off, please.